Good afternoon, everybody. Today is our credit conference for three projects. Uh, March 5, 2024. To start with, let us take our attendance to determine if we have a quorum. Engineer Desoyo.
Good afternoon, everyone. For the meeting conference for the 24th ISO 055, 24th ISO 056, 24th ISO 057, the following are present during the meeting conference. Our newly back chairman, Engineer Patrick Davide,
Present.
our vice back chairman, Engineer Himalayas Casilian, back member, Engineer Justin Hinley, present, Engineer Aldo Maldente, for our vice procurement engineer, Engineer Jonathan BBS, TW head, Engineer Vitalan Gonzalez, TW member, Engineer Michael Daniel Tikiep, Sotolino Aligato, your security and for the block secretariat, Mr. Bernie Abad.
Okay. Having heard, I can now declare we have a quorum. So let's start our credit conference for three projects under GAA 2024, the General Appropriation Act. Let's start. We also invited our observer, Ms. Ruby Sanchez Morano, President, DEO Masbate Incorporated, Masbate City. Mr. Joshua Jan E. Gajonko, Media Vice President, Masbate Second DEO, Masbate City. Ms. Ima M. Del Prado, State Auditor for COA DPWH Masbate Second DEO. Mr. Jose Ranyola, NACAP Representative, Cabangan, Legazpi City. So, we start with our first project, contract ID number 24850055, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Road and Bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction road, Barangay Bantigue, Masbate City, Masbate. Contract location, Masbate City, Masbate. Brief description work, construction of concrete road, EBC 4,949,898 pesos and 76 centavos. Contract duration 48 calendar days. Amount of bidding documents 5,000 pesos. Let's hear from Engineer Vitaliano Andales, the major and similar category of work, manpower and equipment.
Major category work for this project, RCP, roads, construction PCP, then a similar category works, RRP, roads, rehabilitation PCP, number 2, RCTP, roads, construction, tunnel PCP, then the K personnel must meet the requirement of years. K personnel, project manager, 5 years, general experience, then the relevant experience, 15 years. Project engineer, 5 years, relevant experience, 10 years. Then materials engineer, DPWH materials engineer, 1 or 2. And foreman, 3 general experience, and relevant experience, 5 years. The minimum major equipment requirements, applicator machine, backhoe, bar builder, bar cutter, barricade flasher light, boom truck, bulldozer, cargo service truck, 2 to 5 metric ton, cargo service truck, 9 to 10 metric ton, concrete soup, then the concrete vibrator, dump truck, wheel sealer machine, knitting machine, load trailer, motorized road grader, one bottom mixer, payloader, plate compactor, telescopic manlift, vibratory roller, water truck, pump, minor tools, then as the DEO, this method to zero number evidence of the minimum material testing equipment. This is applicated.
Okay. Our next project is 24I0056, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Roads and Bridges from the National Roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Barangay Ibingay, Masbate City, Masbate. Contract location, Masbate City, Masbate. Brief description of work, construction of concrete road, approved budget for the contract ABC 4,949,975 pesos and 99 centavos. Contract duration 48 calendar days. Amount of bidding documents 5,000. Again, except from engineer analyst, the major and similar categories of work, manpower, and equipment.
The major category of work, RCP, roads construction, PCB, similar category of work, RP, roads rehabilitation, PCB, RCTP, roads construction tunnel, PCB. The key personnel, project manager, DEO experience 5 years, at least 5 years, and railway experience 15 years. One project engineer, 5 years experience, general experience 10 years. Materials engineer, DPWH materials engineer 1 or 2. Foreman 3 years, general experience 5 years. The minimum major equipment, applicator machine, backhoe with breaker, bar builder, bar cutter, barricade flasher light, boom truck, bulldozer, cargo service truck, concrete soup, concrete vibrator, cutting outfit, dump truck, wheel sealer machine, knitting machine, loaded trailer, motorized road trailer, one bottom mixer, payloader, plate compactor, telescopic manlift, two-way radio, vibratory roller, water truck, pump, minor tools, and as per DEO licenses for the minimum material testing.
Okay, engineer analyst. Let's proceed to our third project. 24I0057, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Roads and Bridges from the National Roads leading to major strategic buildings, facilities, construction road, Barangay Pating, Masbate City, Masbate. Contract location, Masbate City, Masbate. Brief description of work, construction of concrete road, DDC 4,949,951 pesos and 56 centavos. Contract duration 48 calendar days. Amount for bidding documents 5,000. Okay. Okay. Insert engineer Amigato some pointer to avoid this qualification.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to read section 23 and 24 of the 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations. Under section 23 for the eligibility requirements for the procurement of infrastructure projects. For purposes of determining the eligibility of bidders using the criteria stated in section 23.4 of this IRR, only the following documents shall be required by the bank using the forms prescribed in the bidding documents. We have Class A documents and Class B. For Class A documents, we have legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. And under legal documents, we have first, registration certificate from SEC, Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or CDA for cooperative. Second, mayor's business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. And third is tax clearance per Executive Order 398 Series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. And for technical documents, first, statement of the bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Second, statement of the bidder's SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid. And third, in the case of procurement of infrastructure projects, a valid pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. And for financial documents, first, the bidder's audited financial statement showing, among others, the bidder's total and current assets and liabilities stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And second is the bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, or the NFCC. And for Class B document, for infrastructure projects, JV bidders shall submit a JPA in accordance with Public Act 4566 and its IRR. Each partner of the joint venture shall submit their respective field certificates of registration in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of this IRR. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitutes compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all of its ongoing contracts and audited financial statements. And under eligibility criteria, or Section 23.4.2 for the procurement of infrastructure projects, the following persons or entities shall be allowed to participate in the bidding for infrastructure projects. First, duly licensed Filipino citizens or sole proprietorships. Second, partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. And third, corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Fourth, cooperatives duly organized under the laws of the Philippines. And fifth, persons or entities forming themselves into a joint venture or a group of 2 or more persons or entities that intend to be jointly and severally responsible or liable for a particular contract, provided, however, that in accordance with Executive Order Number 65, Series of 2018, Filipino ownership or interest of the joint venture concerned shall be at least 60%, provided further that joint ventures in which Filipino ownership or interest is less than 60% may be eligible where the structures to be built require the application of techniques and or technologies which are not adequately possessed by a person or entity meeting the 60% Filipino ownership requirement. And provided finally that in the latter case, Filipino ownership or interest shall not be less than 25%. For this purpose, Filipino ownership or interest shall be based on the contributions of each of the members of the joint venture as specified in their JPA. And under Section 23.4.2.3, in accordance with the Public Act 4566 entitled An Act Creating the Philippine Licensing Board for Contractors, prescribing its powers, duties, and functions, providing funds therefore and for other purposes. The persons or entities enumerated in Section 23.4.2.1 of this IRR may participate in competitive bidding if he has been issued a license by the pickup to engage or act as a contractor. And under section 23.4.2.4, the bidder must have completed an SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose values adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. Provided, however, that contractors under small a and small b categories without similar experience on the contract to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such contract is not more than the allowable range of contract cost or ARCC of their registration based on the guidelines as prescribed by the PICA. Under section 23.4.2.5, the SLCC shall be supported by an owner certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor or a final rating of at least satisfactory the contractor's performance evaluation system or the CPES. In case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. And under section 23.4.2.6, the computation of a bidder's NFCC must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid calculated as follows. NFCC is equal to the current assets minus current liabilities times 15 minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started coinciding with the contract to be bid. For section 25, known as submission and receipt of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the forms specified in the bidding documents in two separate sealed bid envelopes or two password-protected bidding documents in compressed archive folders in case of electronic bid submission, and which shall be submitted simultaneously. The first shall contain the technical component of the bid, including the eligibility requirements under section 23.1 of this IRR for the procurement of goods and infrastructure projects, and the second shall contain the financial component of the bid. The first envelope shall contain the following technical information or documents at the list. First is NFCC computation or committed line of credit. For the procurement of infrastructure projects, first field jet certificate of registration and membership in accordance with section 8.5.2 of this IRR. And second, pickup license and registration in case of JB. Third, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Fourth, statement of SLCC. Fifth, NFCC computation. Sixth, JBA if applicable. Seventh, bid security in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period. And eighth, project requirements, which shall include the following. First, organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Second, list of contractors' personnel. Third, list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. And lastly, omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 25.3 of this IRR. And under section 25.4, the second envelope shall contain the financial information or document as specified in the PBEs.
Thank you, Engineer Aligato. Is there any additional information among BAC members and DPWH members? Okay. Our private conference is adjourned at exactly 2:20 in the afternoon.